what we're going to do now is we're going to add the footer into our website. So we've got our header, and that looks good on a desktop and a mobile. Now what we're going to do is add a footer. So the header's the bit at the top, the footer's the bit at the bottom, and we're going to use both the header and the footer on every page of our website. So the footer is where we're going to have licensing information, and you might choose something like copyright. You might choose to put your work in the public domain, or you might choose something somewhere in between. And for that, we can use a Creative Commons license. So I'm just going to Google up Creative Commons, and I'm going to use their license chooser. And it has a guided process where we can figure out what license we want, or it'll help us choose a license by asking us a series of questions. And I'm going to say I need some help choosing a license. And here we've got choices. We can say that anyone can use my work as long as they include proper attribution. In other words, they acknowledge us. Or we can just say anyone can use my work without even acknowledging me. So without acknowledgement, we're basically putting our work in the public domain. Now, if we want people to acknowledge us, then we choose an attribution license. So I'm going to choose an attribution license. I'm going to click next. Now we can consider if we want to let people use our work for commercial purposes or not. And if we choose no, we get this little no commercial icon. And if we choose yes, we don't have that limitation. Then we can have derivatives, and we can say that no, people aren't allowed to modify our work. Or we can say yes, they can. So if we choose no, we get an ND for no derivatives. And if we choose yes, we don't have that. And then finally, with the sharing, we can say that others can share under any terms. So in other words, if they modify our work, they can share it under any terms they like. Or we can say that no, if they modify our work, they must share it the same way. And for that, we use the share alike license, which has the SA. Finally, we just tick the boxes to confirm that we really use our work and we're allowed to do this. And then we can give our work a title and an author and a year of creation, and you might have something for the other boxes as well. And then we get a license. So that's what the license sort of looks like in rich text. But what we want is the HTML code. So I'm going to copy that HTML code. And I'm going to make a new element, which is the footer element. And inside that footer element, I'm going to paste that HTML code. And I'm going to save that. And I'm going to tidy it up because at the moment, it's rather messy. So I'm going to put each element on a new line. And shortly we'll style it as well. You'll notice that the styling is duplicated for the images. So we've got that same styling 3 times. In a moment, we'll move that into a style sheet. But right now, we just want to get the HTML in there. And there we've got it. And we'll worry about the styling later on. My final footer code, after a bit of tidying up, looks like this.